installation serious, and now we are ready to run the installer proper. So we have the installer downloaded and extracted. We have JKS files. We can run the installer as usual. Again, remember there's just one enterprise installer in Siebel IP17. So we're going to start with that, provide the target directory. And here we install the gateway, Siebel server and database configuration utilities as you would do in previous versions. Notice that other options go gray and we get a warning that we shouldn't really do this on a single machine. But anyway, we do it here to create our sandbox environment, so picking the language and entering the ports for the application container here is important. This is going to be the Tomcat application container for the gateway. So make sure you note down these port numbers and then provide the path to the JKS file you generated and enter the password that opens that file. And there's another port, a TLS port, which is the internal port for the gateway. So it's not going to be used in any configuration, it's just an internal port number. And we're ready to install, and as usual the installers just lay down the binary files in a folder structure. Siebel IP17 is very streamlined, so this just takes a few minutes to go, and we've been speeding things up here a little bit with the marvel of modern video editing. So this is going to be through in a few moments. And notice that it has started a web server, which is the application container. And since we're curious, we could just try and open the port. So we're gonna do on the local machine, port 9012, the HTTP port. There's a Tomcat server indeed up and running. So we're gonna need that later. And remember, that's the application container, which encapsulates functionality for the gateway. So there's even a manager utility. You can log in as sadmin using sadmin as the password, and you see that there's a Siebel application deployed, but just don't do anything with it right now. It's just curiosity that could kill the Tomcat here. So again, we run the installer because we need the application interface installed. So it's a single machine install, so you would run this on a separate machine in real life. So going through the first pages of the installer here really quickly, specifying a different directory using AI, for example, and just selecting application interface, noticing that rest goes gray, picking a language, providing the ports for the application container for the application interface. So this is a set of 3 different port numbers. Make sure you note them down. These ports will be the entry point for everything. Siebel Management Console, Siebel Web Client, REST calls, SOAP calls, etc. Also, you specify a primordial username and password, which is going to be used for the first login to Siebel Management Console. So make sure you remember this well or note it down. And you also specify the path to the JKS file and the password to open it. So we're ready to install, and again the installer does nothing but lay down the binaries, including Tomcat, and it will also, at the end of the procedure, launch the Tomcat server. This is, of course, only happening once. When you restart or reboot the machine, the Tomcat servers will not be launched automatically. So you need to cater for that using a Windows service wrapper or a script to launch Tomcat. So you see that web server has been started. And just out of curiosity again, it's not mandatory to do that. I'm gonna look at the Tomcat. Now entering the port we specified for the AI. So this is a different Tomcat installation. It looks, of course, looks the same. And also there, we should find a Siebel